Have you ever caught yourself wondering, is she into me? But you're not quite sure how to read the signs. Well, if we're talking about older women, their signals can be subtle yet unmistakable. Unlike younger women, they bring a level of confidence, charm, and experience that makes their attraction more sophisticated and sometimes harder to spot. In today's video, we're diving into 10 clear ways older women show they're attracted to men. And trust me, once you know what to look for, you'll never miss these signs again. So, whether you're curious about someone in your life or just want to understand the psychology of attraction better, you're in the right place. Stick around until the end, because number 10 is the one most men completely overlook, and it could change the way you see every interaction. Let's get into it. Number 1. She initiates thoughtful conversations. When a woman is interested in a man, especially an older woman who's mature and confident, one of the clearest signs is that she initiates thoughtful conversations. Now, thoughtful conversations go beyond the usual small talk. It's not just about, how's the weather? Or, what did you do today? It's about diving into deeper, more meaningful topics that show she genuinely wants to connect with you on an intellectual and emotional level. For example, if she starts asking you about your long-term goals, your childhood memories, or even your take on philosophical ideas or life's big questions, she's not just making casual conversation. She's signaling that she values your thoughts and wants to understand you as a person. Older women often have the confidence to cut through superficial pleasantries because they know what they want, and they're not afraid to show genuine curiosity. Another way she might initiate thoughtful conversations is by remembering details about past interactions. Let's say you mentioned a specific hobby, like hiking, or a favorite book. She might bring it up again later, asking how your latest hike went, or if you've found another book by the same author. This shows she's actively listening to you and cares about what matters to you. It's her way of telling you, I see you and I value what you have to say. Now, here's where things get even more interesting. Older women have the life experience to ask questions that challenge your thinking in a good way. She might bring up topics that push you to open up, to share your opinions, or even to think about things from a new perspective. This isn't just about keeping the conversation going, it's about creating a deeper bond. She's essentially telling you, I'm interested in who you are, not just on the surface, but at your core. Pay attention to how she responds during these conversations too. Does she lean in when you're talking? Does she maintain eye contact and nod in agreement when you make a point? These are subtle but powerful cues that she's fully engaged with what you're saying. An older woman who's attracted to a man will often use this kind of body language to make him feel valued and understood. Another thing to watch for is how she follows up on these conversations. For instance, she might send you a text later saying, I was thinking about what you said earlier, and I totally agree. Or, I found this article that reminded me of what we talked about. This shows she's not only listening, but also reflecting on your conversations long after they're over. It's a level of thoughtfulness that speaks volumes about her interest in you. Older women, being emotionally mature, know that meaningful communication is the foundation of any strong connection. They understand the importance of vulnerability and are often more willing to open up about their own experiences, struggles, and aspirations. By doing this, they create a safe space for you to do the same. It's not just a conversation, it's a shared experience that fosters intimacy. Now, some men might wonder, isn't this just her being friendly? The answer lies in the consistency and depth of her conversations. A woman who's merely being polite or friendly won't go out of her way to engage you in thought-provoking dialogue time and time again. But if she consistently initiates these kinds of meaningful interactions, It's a clear sign that she sees you as more than just a casual acquaintance. So, if you find that an older woman is starting conversations that make you think, make you laugh, or make you feel like she really gets you, don't overlook it. This is her way of showing interest in a mature, confident, and intentional manner. She's not playing games or dropping vague hints. She's taking a direct approach to show that she's drawn to you. In summary, when an older woman takes the time to initiate thoughtful conversations, it's a powerful sign of attraction. She's investing her time and energy into understanding you, connecting with you, and building a foundation for something deeper. So, the next time you notice this happening, take a moment to appreciate the effort she's putting in. It might just be the start of something truly special. Number 2, she compliments you. Specifically, when it comes to understanding attraction, one of the most telling signs from an older woman is how she gives compliments. And this isn't your everyday generic nice shirt or cool haircut type of comment. No, older women have a way of being very intentional and specific with their words, especially when they're attracted to someone. Let's break this down in detail, because this one point reveals a lot more than you might think. First, older women have a lifetime of experience, both in relationships and in understanding social cues. They're not the type to just throw out random compliments for the sake of small talk. If she's attracted to you, she'll make an effort to notice the little things about you that stand out. For example, instead of just saying, "You're funny," she might say, "I love how quick-witted you are. It's rare to meet someone who can make me laugh like that." Do you see the difference? It's not a blanket statement. It's specific to you. It's a direct reflection of how she's paying attention to you and how you make her feel. Think about it. Compliments like these show that she's observing your unique qualities. Maybe it's your sense of humor, the way you talk about your passions, or how you carry yourself. She's not just making small talk to fill the silence. She's pointing out the things about you that genuinely intrigue her, and that takes effort. Effort she wouldn't put in unless she found you interesting or attractive. Another thing to consider is that these compliments often highlight qualities beyond surface-level appearance. Yes, she might say you look great in that suit or those jeans, but when an older woman is truly attracted to you, she'll often focus on your character, your intellect, or the way you handle yourself in a conversation. For example, she might say something like, "I admire how confident and composed you are when you talk about your work. It's really inspiring." That's not just a compliment. That's her signaling that she sees value in who you are as a person. Now, let's talk about why this is so significant. Older women are typically more confident and intentional in how they communicate. They've passed the stage of playing games or trying to hide their interest through vague or indirect behavior. When they compliment you specifically, it's their way of signaling that they're paying attention to you and that they want you to notice that attention. It's like their subtle way of saying, "I see you and I like what I see." But here's something important to keep in mind. These specific compliments often come with a certain tone or delivery. It's not just about the words themselves, it's about how she says them. There might be a softness in her voice or a slight pause after she says it, as if she's giving you time to process what she just shared. Sometimes she might hold eye contact a little longer, or even smile in a way that feels more personal and intentional. These non-verbal cues amplify the meaning behind her words. For instance, if she compliments your sense of humor, she's not just saying it in passing. She might laugh in a way that feels genuine and then say, "I really enjoy talking to you. You always know how to lighten the mood." That's her way of connecting with you on a deeper level. And let's be real, people don't take the time to notice and express these things unless they're genuinely interested. It's also worth noting that older women often use compliments as a way to build you up. They want you to feel good about yourself because, in turn, that creates a positive connection between you two. So when she compliments you specifically, she's not just being kind. She's creating an emotional bond. She's showing you that she values and appreciates who you are, and she's hoping that her words make an impact on you. One more thing to consider. Specific compliments can sometimes be paired with questions or follow-ups that keep the conversation going. For example, she might say, "I really admire how thoughtful you are when you talk about your goals. Have you always been that driven?" This not only shows that she's interested in you, but also gives her an opportunity to learn more about you. It's her way of deepening the connection while keeping the conversation flowing naturally. In summary, when an older woman compliments you specifically, it's never by accident. It's a deliberate and intentional move that shows she's not only paying attention to you, but also values what she sees. Whether it's your personality, your sense of humor, or the way you approach life, her words are a clear signal that she's attracted to you. The key is to listen closely and pay attention to both her words and her tone. When you do, you'll realize that these compliments are much more than just nice words. They're a window into how she feels about you. So the next time an older woman gives you a compliment that feels unusually specific, don't brush it off. Take a moment to appreciate the thought and effort behind it. Chances are she's telling you exactly how she feels. You just have to be ready to pick up on the clues. Number 3. She finds excuses to spend time with you. When a woman is attracted to a man, especially if she's older and perhaps more cautious about openly expressing her feelings, one of the most telling signs is how she prioritizes spending time with him. Attraction, particularly at a deeper level, creates a natural desire to be in each other's presence, and she'll often find subtle ways to make this happen without making it too obvious. Whether it's suggesting activities, coincidentally being where you are, or offering help with something she knows you need, these aren't random acts. They're deliberate efforts to strengthen the connection. For instance, let's say she hears you've been struggling with a project at work or dealing with something at home. She might volunteer her time, saying something like, "Oh, I've done something like that before. Maybe I can help." Or, "That sounds tough. Let's grab a coffee and brainstorm ideas together." These small gestures may seem casual on the surface, but they're usually about much more than the task at hand. She's carving out opportunities to be around you, to get to know you better, and to create a sense of partnership. You might also notice her subtly aligning her schedule with yours. If she knows you jog every morning at a certain park or frequent a specific cafe, don't be surprised if she suddenly starts showing up there more often. It's not a coincidence. It's her way of orchestrating chances to interact with you without seeming too direct. And if you mention a hobby or interest you're passionate about, she might suggest trying it out together, even if it's something she's never done before. That effort to join you in your world is her way of building rapport and finding common ground. What's fascinating is how older women approach this with a certain finesse. They often rely on emotional intelligence and subtlety, making their intentions known through actions rather than words. Unlike someone younger who might boldly express their attraction, an older woman tends to focus on building a genuine connection, showing you she values time spent with you without putting pressure on the situation. This approach can be refreshing as it feels natural and thoughtful rather than rushed or overly flirtatious. Another key sign is how she reacts when you suggest spending time together. If she's genuinely attracted to you, she'll rarely hesitate to say yes. In fact, she might even light up at the idea, responding with enthusiasm like, "That sounds amazing. When are you free?" Or even offering specific days when she's available. And if for some reason she can't make it, she'll go out of her way to reschedule rather than simply brushing it off. That eagerness to find a way to make it happen shows just how much she values your company. It's also worth noting that older women often use these opportunities to create meaningful, quality moments. They're not just looking to pass the time, they're aiming for conversations that leave an impact and experiences that bring you closer. Whether it's suggesting a quiet dinner where you can really talk or planning an outing that aligns with both your interests, she's likely thinking about how to create memories that stand out to you. So, the next time you notice her finding reasons to spend time with you, whether it's helping you out, joining you in your hobbies, or simply showing up where you are, pay attention. It's not just about convenience, it's about creating opportunities for connection. Through these moments, she's showing you that she values your time and presence, and that's a powerful indicator of attraction. Number 4. She maintains strong eye contact. When it comes to human connection, eye contact is one of the most powerful unspoken languages. Older women, with their maturity and confidence, know this better than most. If she's maintaining strong, consistent eye contact with you, it's a clear sign she's interested. This isn't the fleeting glance you might catch from someone who's just being polite. No, this is deliberate. It's intentional. When a woman is attracted to a man, her eyes will do a lot of the talking before her words ever do. And older women have mastered this art. You'll notice her gaze isn't just random, it's focused, warm, and inviting. It's almost like she's trying to communicate something deeper, something words might not fully express. That level of connection can leave you feeling seen in a way that's both exciting and a little nerve-wracking. It's that look that says she's genuinely interested in what you're saying, or maybe even captivated by your presence. When she locks eyes with you during a conversation, she's saying without words, "I'm listening to you, I'm intrigued by you, and I want to know more about you." Now let's be clear, this isn't about a cold, intense stare that makes you feel uncomfortable. It's the kind of eye contact that feels natural, almost effortless, yet it lingers just a bit longer than you'd expect. It's purposeful, but not overbearing. She's showing you that she's confident and secure in her feelings. Eye contact at this level also conveys trust and respect, which are key components in any budding relationship. What makes older women unique in this regard is their ability to use eye contact to create intimacy. They understand that sometimes less is more. Instead of relying on flashy gestures or over-the-top compliments, they let their eyes do the work. And let's not forget about the subtle hints that come with it. A gentle smile, a slight narrowing of the eyes, as if she's truly focused on you and nothing else in the room. These are the nuances that speak volumes about her attraction. Interestingly, the power of this type of eye contact lies in its ability to make you feel special. In a world filled with distractions, endless notifications, bustling crowds, and constant noise, when someone takes the time to look at you like you're the only person in the room, it's an undeniably strong signal. And older women, with their experience and understanding of how connections work, excel at creating this effect. They know how to use eye contact as a tool to draw you in, make you feel wanted, and perhaps leave you thinking about her long after the moment has passed. So, if you've caught her maintaining that deep, unwavering eye contact, don't underestimate its significance. It's more than a glance. It's an invitation, a sign of her attraction, and a reflection of her emotional maturity. Strong eye contact shows she's confident in her feelings and isn't afraid to let you see that. When her eyes meet yours and linger, it's her way of saying, "I see you, I feel a connection, and I'm not afraid to let you know." Keep an eye out for this, because it's one of the clearest signs that an older woman is drawn to you. Number 5. She playfully teases you. When it comes to showing attraction, playful teasing is one of the most subtle yet powerful ways an older woman might express her interest in a man. This type of behavior is rooted in a playful, light-hearted energy that allows her to connect with you on a deeper level without overtly stating her feelings. It's important to note that this isn't the kind of teasing that's meant to hurt or demean you. It's a fun, flirty way to build rapport and create an atmosphere of mutual enjoyment. Imagine this. You're talking to her about a hobby or something you're passionate about, and she jokingly challenges you by saying, "Oh, come on, you can't possibly be that good at it." She might say it with a sly smile or a playful tone that makes you feel like she's testing you in a fun way. What she's doing here is trying to engage you, spark some friendly banter, and create a connection. It's not about putting you down. It's about seeing how you respond and whether you're able to keep the playful energy going. For older women, this kind of teasing is often a sign of emotional maturity and confidence. She knows how to create an environment where you feel comfortable yet slightly challenged, which keeps the interaction interesting and exciting. Pay close attention to her body language during these moments. Does she lean in a bit closer when she teases you? Does she laugh and smile in a way that feels warm and inviting? These are key indicators that her teasing is rooted in attraction. For older women, teasing can also serve as a subtle way to test your sense of humor and your ability to handle playful situations. She wants to see if you can match her wit and keep up with her intellectually and emotionally. A good sense of humor is often high on the list of traits women find attractive, and teasing is her way of figuring out if you've got what it takes to keep things fun and engaging. Another interesting aspect of playful teasing is that it can sometimes highlight her own vulnerabilities in a charming way. For example, she might tease you about how often you go to the gym, then jokingly admit that she probably wouldn't last 5 minutes on a treadmill. By doing this, she not only brings humor into the conversation, but also opens up a space for you to connect on a more personal level. It's her way of saying, "I'm comfortable enough with you to laugh at myself, and I hope you feel the same." Teasing also allows her to create a sense of exclusivity in your interactions. It's as if the two of you are sharing a private joke that no one else is in on, which fosters a sense of intimacy. For instance, she might jokingly poke fun at something you've said or done earlier in a way that only the two of you would understand. This kind of humor creates a bond and makes you feel like you're sharing a unique connection. Older women, especially those with more life experience, understand the power of these small, meaningful interactions. They know how to make you feel seen and appreciated, while also keeping the dynamic playful and light-hearted. If she's teasing you, don't be afraid to tease her back. In fact, she might even be waiting for you to respond in kind. This back-and-forth banter creates a dynamic where both of you are engaged, laughing, and enjoying each other's company. It also shows her that you're confident enough to play along and not take yourself too seriously. Just make sure your teasing is gentle and good-natured, as the goal is to keep the interaction fun and flirty, not to hurt anyone's feelings. Ultimately, when an older woman teases you playfully, it's her way of expressing interest without putting herself in a vulnerable position. It's a subtle yet intentional way of letting you know that she's attracted to you while also gauging your reaction. So, the next time she throws a playful jab your way, remember that it's more than just a joke. It's her way of showing she's interested in you, and she's testing the waters to see if you feel the same. Number 6. She prioritizes physical touch. When a woman is truly attracted to a man, one of the clearest signs she might give is through physical touch. It's no secret that touch is a powerful way to communicate interest and intimacy, and for older women, this can become even more intentional and meaningful. They understand the weight of physical connection and use it as a way to express their feelings in a subtle but deliberate manner. For instance, when an older woman is attracted to someone, she might find small excuses to touch them in casual or playful ways. Maybe she'll lightly brush her hand against his when reaching for something, or place her hand on his arm during a conversation to emphasize a point. These aren't accidental gestures. They're carefully chosen signals that create a sense of closeness and comfort. It's her way of building an invisible bridge of connection, one that goes beyond just words. Physical touch often helps her gauge the man's response as well. If he leans into her touch or reciprocates in some way, it gives her the green light to take things a step further. She may start adding more affectionate gestures, like a warm hug that lingers a little longer, or a playful tap on the shoulder while sharing a laugh. These small yet significant touches are her way of breaking down physical barriers and creating a space where attraction can flourish. Moreover, it's important to note that older women often have a deeper understanding of the emotional aspect of physical touch. They know it's not just about attraction, it's about creating trust and showing genuine care. If she rests her hand on your shoulder or touches your knee during a heartfelt conversation, she's showing that she feels safe with you and wants to deepen your bond. These gestures are intimate, but they're also a reflection of the emotional connection she's trying to nurture. You might also notice that she becomes more comfortable with initiating touch in public settings, which is a bold move for someone who's interested in you. Whether it's holding your hand while crossing the street or brushing something off your jacket, these actions signify that she's unafraid to show her feelings openly. Older women, especially those who have been through various experiences in life, tend to value authenticity. So if she's prioritizing physical touch, it's likely because she's confident about her attraction to you and wants to make it known. What makes this even more significant is that for older women, physical touch isn't something they just casually offer to anyone. By this stage in life, they've often developed a sense of boundaries and are more selective about who they let into their personal space. So if she's consistently initiating touch with you, it's a strong sign that you hold a special place in her mind and heart. Keep in mind, though, that her touch doesn't always have to be overt or dramatic to convey her attraction. Sometimes the smallest, most unassuming gestures, like a gentle squeeze of your hand or a comforting pat on your back, can carry the deepest meaning. These gestures often happen naturally as she feels drawn to you and wants to create a sense of warmth and reassurance. Ultimately, when a woman prioritizes physical touch, it's her way of showing that she wants to connect with you on a deeper level. She's letting her guard down and inviting you into her personal space, a space she reserves for those she truly cares about. So, if you're noticing these signs, don't overlook their importance. It's her way of saying, without words, that she's attracted to you and sees potential in the connection you share. Number 7. She complements your masculinity. When an older woman is attracted to a man, one of the most noticeable ways she shows this is by complementing his masculinity. This is a clear and confident signal that she sees qualities in him that align with the kind of traits she finds appealing. It goes beyond the typical compliments about appearance or physical features. What she's really admiring are the deeper, more integral aspects of who he is as a man. She may comment on his strength, whether it's physical, mental, or emotional. This could be a compliment about how he handles stress, how he stays calm in challenging situations, or how he approaches life with confidence. It's about recognizing the power and presence he brings to a room and acknowledging it. An older woman understands the importance of maturity, stability, and a sense of purpose in a man's life. So, when she compliments your masculinity, it could be her way of expressing that she appreciates the qualities that come with maturity, being self-assured, knowing what you want, and standing by your values. Compliments might come in the form of how well you communicate, how you lead, or how you handle responsibility. She may also show admiration for the way you carry yourself, the way you protect and care for others, or how you have a clear sense of direction in life. These compliments aren't just about making you feel good, they are also her way of signaling attraction. By focusing on your masculinity, she is showing that she values you for who you are as a man, not just physically, but in terms of your character, integrity, and emotional depth. It's a sign of respect, a reflection of her attraction to your presence and strength. Compliments like these are often genuine and rooted in real admiration for the man you are, and they often serve as a subtle but powerful indication that she's drawn to you in a way that goes beyond surface-level attraction. Number 8. She opens up about her life. When an older woman is attracted to a man, one of the most significant signs is that she begins to open up about her life. This can be a powerful indication that she feels a deep connection and trust, and it's often a subtle yet undeniable gesture that shows she's comfortable with him. She may start sharing personal stories, experiences, and memories, giving him a glimpse into her world and allowing him to understand her on a much deeper level. This isn't something she does with just anyone. It's a sign that she sees him as someone worthy of her vulnerability. As she opens up, she might talk about past relationships, career achievements, personal struggles, and even her dreams and aspirations for the future. These conversations are not only a way to build intimacy, but also a way to see how he responds to her openness. If she's willing to share details about her life, whether it's moments of triumph or challenges, it's because she feels a sense of emotional safety with him. In many cases, older women value emotional connection more than ever, and sharing personal stories becomes a way to bond and test the waters of a potential relationship. It's a signal that she's ready to let him in and see where things might go, and for her, that kind of emotional intimacy is just as important as physical attraction. This openness not only highlights her affection for him, but also reflects her readiness to embark on a more meaningful, trusting relationship. If you're noticing that an older woman is beginning to open up in this way, it's a clear sign that she feels drawn to you, not just physically, but emotionally and intellectually as well. Number 9. She supports your goals. In any relationship, the support of your partner can make a significant impact, especially when it comes from someone who genuinely cares for you. When an older woman is attracted to a man, one of the most telling signs is her unwavering support for his goals and aspirations. She doesn't just stand by and watch. She actively encourages and helps you chase after your dreams. She understands the value of ambition and sees potential in you that may not always be visible to others. This support often goes beyond words. It could be a simple text message reminding you to stay focused, or it could be offering her help in ways that align with your mission. Her support might come in the form of listening to your ideas without judgment, or she could provide practical advice or resources to help you move forward. Older women tend to value commitment and dedication, and this is often reflected in the way they support their partner's endeavors. She wants to see you succeed, not just for your own growth, but for the relationship as well. When a woman is truly attracted to a man, she'll show up consistently, not just during the good times, but also when challenges arise. Her support doesn't fade when the going gets tough. In fact, she becomes even more present during those moments. She's there to offer a listening ear, to encourage you when you doubt yourself, and to remind you of your worth and capabilities. She also respects your journey and your independence. Rather than seeing your success as something that takes away from her, she views it as something that can enrich both of your lives. She's not afraid to allow you to grow and reach for the stars, because she understands that supporting you doesn't diminish her own value. In fact, it often strengthens the connection and deepens the trust between you both. Her support is rooted in genuine care, and it's a reflection of the emotional maturity that comes with age and experience. If an older woman is attracted to you, she'll want to see you succeed and will do everything in her power to make sure you have what you need to get there. Number 10. she flirts subtly but confidently. In any situation, a woman who is attracted to a man will often show it through subtle but confident flirting. This might not always be as obvious as overt gestures, but it's in the small things, like the way she makes eye contact, or the way her body language shifts when you're around. She'll often make sure to get close enough to engage in casual conversation, but without coming off as too forward. A smile might linger a bit longer than usual, and her tone of voice will change, becoming softer and warmer. The key here is that her flirting is low-key, almost effortless. It's a kind of playful banter where you feel like you're being subtly challenged, but in a fun, light-hearted way. She might also touch her hair or adjust her clothing just a bit when you're nearby. These are all signs of someone feeling a bit more self-conscious, which is a direct sign of attraction. Despite the subtlety, there's a definite confidence in how she approaches you, showing that she's comfortable in her own skin. For her, flirting isn't about making grand gestures. It's more about creating a connection without saying a word, letting her body language and little actions do the talking. This approach is often more powerful than direct flirting because it's nuanced and leaves room for curiosity. If you catch on to her vibe, you'll notice that she always maintains a sense of control, as if she's interested but not desperate, which is incredibly appealing. If you've noticed these subtle signs of attraction from an older woman, you're definitely not alone. It's all about the quiet confidence that speaks volumes. Let us know in the comments. Have you experienced any of these signs? Share your thoughts or tell us your story. We'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more insights and tips. Thanks for watching.